Well, we want to welcome you, Laura and I do. Welcome. I hope this is a lot better than maybe meeting at a park, and it does get us meeting in person. And this is our award night recognition. We didn't have an opportunity to do it last year, so this is we're playing catch up here this year. And I want to thank Ann and Jody for taking the lead and helping to organize the awards that we're going to be and the recognition that we're going to be doing tonight. Eric, of course, as our district executive, has been doing a tremendous amount of legwork to see to it that the plaques and the extra things that needed to be done are done. So we want to give recognition where we need to give recognition. So we have a lot of people to recognize tonight. So let's get going. First of all, I want to recognize our district commissioner, Ed Whitty. And Ed has been serving as our district commissioner ever since I've been the district chair, and then some. And Ed, we wanted to give that to you and recognize. And also, Ed is going to be stepping down as our commissioner at the end of June, July time frame. I think traditionally the district switches officers about that time frame, June, July time frame. So in this case, he's going to be stepping down. And in recognition, we wanted to give Ed a nice plaque so he can add that to his wardrobe. I'm sure his wall's full of it. So there you go, Ed. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Ed. And again, it was been wonderful to be able to step into this position and have a veteran like Ed. And the first time I had met Ed was during training, adult leadership training at the county park. And I think Micah was involved with that, and there were several other people. And I have to, and it goes back to the training again. You know, having been a scout and been involved with the troop for a small amount of time, I figured training, you know, it's not really, you know, I don't need it. You know, I know what scouting's all about. But boy, I tell you what, going through that training, I started realizing, you know, that the things that we do, we don't realize why we do. And that was, I brought that away, I got that from training. And so every time I see someone that is involved in scouting that is not trained, I'm encouraging them to be trained. Because again, a trained leader is going to be someone who's going to be able to, you know, get the program out there to the youth. They're going to understand it, and they're going to be a better leader. And that's what we're here for, is to try to make better youth. So I want to thank you, Ed, for that. And I'll stand right here. You got this. I'm right there. Protect me from the sun. Okay. Well, we're gonna go down the list here. Next, I wanted to recognize our membership committee chairman, Abie, and Abie has been our chairperson for the past year, and I've really enjoyed getting to know her and her commitment to scouting and to our district. So here's a nice award that you can put. You're welcome.
Abie, why don't you give out yours for your committee?
Oh, sure. And that's right. And as we call the district chair people up, the committee chair people, then they can recognize their folks.
All right. So on my committee, this past several months, we worked really hard on Scoutorama. That was our big focus, and now really going to focus on membership drive. So I'm really excited about that. So I have here with us tonight, Niccole.
Yay.
Yay! Thank you for all your help. Oh, I appreciate it. They're stuck. There you go. And Mr. Stoner.
Oh,
Thank you so much for all your input and help.
well, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
I'm not sure who's on Zoom, but we also had Jessica Trunk, Nathan Whitty, Amanda Glasser, Lauren Ellis. All helped out for this. And then Eric, of course, has been very helpful as well. So thank you all.
Thank you, Abie.
Thank you.
Also, tomorrow night is our Good Scout award dinner, and Jim Trout is our district finance chairman this year, and with his committee, the Good Scout, with his committee, they've been in charge of fundraising and recognizing an individual within our community that has given extra service for us. Now, Jim was able to be here tonight, but he'll have an opportunity to recognize his committee tomorrow night. But we want to recognize Jim for his efforts on the Finance Committee, which is pretty important. So, round of applause for Jim. Jim, if you're on, there you go. Next, we want to recognize our program chair, Ann Ballinger.
Chair.
There you go, Ann.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm just kind of giving them right back.
Back.
Yep.
I have a few here. A lot of good programs. The first person that I have right here is Micah Bell, Camporee. Woohoo! Thank you, Micah.
Thank you.
Continue to work on good weather for that.
Hey, see what I can do for next year.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not already.
Next person I have here, speaking of good weather, I have Curt and Robin Oehlman for Klondike Derby. Curt right there, and Robin coming up here, and grandchild somewhere back there. Right?
Actually, she was in the house.
Oh, okay.
She's playing
Good
with the
idea.
toys.
Playing with the toys. Hey, pretty good weather this year for Klondike after the postponement. Here's one, speaking of good weather, Ed Whitty for Webelo's Adventure Camp 2020. Good job with the weather. And then these two people are not here, but Mary Van Wienen and Annalisa Sandberg for their day camp efforts, which they did 2 years of active camp and then put in a lot of work last year as well on day camp in a box. And so I just want to recognize them and the huge amount of time that they have put into that.
Thank you very much. Ed, I set you down too quick. We want Ed, as our commissioner, to recognize his commissioners and the people that have helped him make the program successful.
Thank you, Tim. We have a number of different commissioner roles that are played. There's unit commissioners, which are the commissioners who make contact with the individual Cub Masters and Scoutmasters at their individual units. And we have several of those people here tonight that we want to recognize. Mr. Robert Schultz. He's over there getting coffee.
Yay!
Jody Presser.
Yay!
Mr. Mike Porter.
Jody, you want me to bring it to you?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I can do this.
You want to get on camera? Sure you do.
Yeah, sure.
If I can get my fingers to work. There you go, Jody.
Thank you.
And Mr. Porter, thank you very much. And Nathan Long. There you go, Robert. Thank you, sir.
I have a feeling I'm going to have to get up again.
Thank you very much, Nathan. In addition, Ken Warner, who's online tonight, so please give a round of applause to Ken. And in addition then, Chris Grobiak was also a unit commissioner, and Ralph Johnston also served as a unit commissioner. In addition, we also want to recognize Mr. Cliff Feeder, who served as our Scouts BSA Roundtable Commissioner. And then finally, Niccole, who stepped in and helped us out as our Cub Scout Roundtable Commissioner. So thank you very much, Niccole. And that was for this year. And then for last year, our Roundtable Commissioner for Cub Scouts was Judy Presser and Annalise. So we'll give this one to Judy. Jody. Yeah,
I'll take it.
thank you very much.
Get her.
You want to take yours?
I will.
All right.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And then finally, as a member of the Key 3 for the district, of course, it's my opportunity to present a certificate of appreciation to our district chairperson, Mr. Tim Stoner. So please congratulate Tim.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Ed. Well, Mike, you can come back up and recognize your advancement folks.
I'll see Mary too.
Mike, thank you very much for serving as advancement chair, and here's a recognition for you.
I don't have any fancy certificates. I don't know how you guys made these. I don't have the means. But there are people I would like to recognize and thank for their service, especially last year. Two people that stepped up for just about every border review I had, Jody Presser and Dwayne Formalen. A lot of times it was down to those two and on a number of times.
Good, right?
But then also I've had John Welsh, Nick Vorkovich, Russ McCoy, Bob Westfall, Cliff Veeder, and Chris Broviak. One person on this list, Russ McCoy, I actually inherited Russ from Greg Schoenig. Greg knew him when he was advancement chair, and Russ is an Eagle Scout, and he comes from LaPorte, and is more than glad to sit on boards when he's in town. And he just comes and he's not connected in Scouts in any way except through these border reviews. So he's one who comes from the outside. And I'll put a plug in. If anybody wants to sit on boards, please let me know. I'm always looking for people. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Serving as our chairman of training is Micah Bell. Micah, come on up here, and you have a committee. You can recognize them. Thank you for all you do. There you go. Thanks, Micah.
Sure.
You bet.
All right. I have a very small committee, and one member of my committee isn't necessarily a member of the committee as much as he has a very specific role, and he's not here tonight. And that's Tim McFadden. Tim's getting a certificate of appreciation for serving as the YPT training hound.
Oh, yeah.
This last year, as we were in that YPT cycle, and everybody was coming up due and whatnot, his job was to hound people until they got it done. So that is a special award just for him. We'll get that to him. We want to thank Nathan Long. Nathan is part of our training committee. You know, training this last year has been kind of wonky because of COVID. And there's some stuff that we didn't really get much of a chance to do. But we're working on fixing that. And I'm going to take this as an opportunity. You know, most everybody here has that little trained tab on their uniform shirt. Okay? We need to make more of those. In order to do that, we need more people who are willing to teach one section of Blue or IOLS or go mentor some committee chairs. So everybody here, you know, you're a trainer if you're trained. So as we're putting things on the calendar for the next year, you know, we need you. You know, it's just 1 hour a week, right? So you know, as we're looking at that stuff, it's probably gonna be more district driven than council driven at the moment. So if we're gonna do it, it's gonna be us doing it. So you guys too, especially the guy in the blue shirt right there. Thanks.
Thank you, Micah. Thank you very much. Well, recognizing our Order of the Arrow advisor, Matt Blasty. Now, Matt, can you hear? Can you speak? Thank you, Matt. Did everybody hear that? He wanted to recognize his chapter chief, Carter Stoner, and he said that Carter has been working hard to represent the chapter and bring it back. So is that about right?
Yep.
Is that a kind of a good recap? Okay, again, and Matt also hosted our district meeting last week at his house. And so thank you again, Matt, for your hospitality. It was nice to be able to gather together, and that's wonderful. Well, I think we've gone through it. Have I missed anybody? I don't think I have. Well, we've got some other awards we want to give out tonight.
All of our pixie ladies.
Continue to be involved with us, and tonight we wanted to recognize Brian Doc Wiseman and Bob Romanoff for their tenure and time.
Woo! Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
The Scoutmaster's Key Award for just being an excellent Scoutmaster and for all the admiration and support that your unit has for you. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Just getting the nod. Both of you, Donna, Giovanna, obviously we ended up knowing each other pretty well, but that first meeting at that coffee shop, they were like, we need to start a girl troop. So for your incredible work starting up that unit, we have certificates and knots for the two of you, Giovanna and Donna, but we also have certificates for Ken and Brian, their husbands, the Chartered Organization Representative, Greg Shenik, and then also John Yoakum. So, here are those certificates. They're all paper clipped. So, Abie and John Swift have also earned the William D. Boyce New Unit Organizer Award for their work starting up and continuing to be successful in PAC 316. So congratulations. And then here, I feel you guys can just take the manila folder if you want to put it in something.
I don't want to hug them though.
Yeah, right? Who needs that? Hugging is just for friends, not spouses. All right. Okay. So I figured it would be a good segue. I'll let you stand there.
All right, thank you.
Right in front of the people. Figured it would be a good segue from the New Unit Organizer Awards to our final round of awards for the evening. So some of you guys might have guessed what that is. Just kind of as a prelude before we give out these awards. Last year, 2020, was the best. There were some things that were put off. There were some things that were just straight up canceled. One of those things being recognition. Last year, Moraine did not have a recognition night. Normally, in a year, we're allowed 2 district awards of merit. This year, we got 5 to hand out. We're making up for it. Wow. Yeah. So this is a big night with a lot of those. And our first district award of merit, the person who nominated you spoke very highly about your abilities on the membership committee. I know we've talked about that a little bit tonight, but we also just wanted to recognize you for your service in membership and all that you're doing. This woman right here just got us into 4 school districts this week alone. Wow. In the past 7 days, 4 school districts, this woman. She did that. I'm just saying, that's a fact. Not to mention the wildly successful Scoutorama that we had this past Saturday. That was the first Scoutorama that we've had in several years. Nobody can remember what year the last Scoutorama even was. That tells me we're doing something right. So, for all of your amazing work and all the work that you plan on continuing to do, I wanted to present you with the District Award of Merit. Well,
Robert Schultz, please come forward.
Yeah.
Robert, you were nominated by an individual on our district, on our troop committee. We want to thank him very much for doing that. Hello, you know who you are, and I would say Mr. Schultz is an outstanding Scoutmaster. If anyone knows Robert, you know that, and I know that I've gained a lot by serving as an assistant with you on the troop. Absolutely. I have 2 boys in the troop, and I would say that you have been a very good example for them in leadership in our troop. And we've seen our troop do very well, and we've stayed very active in a time when it was very easy for units not to do much. So again, I want to give this to you. Again, congratulations. Appreciate it. Niccole, would you please come forward? Niccole Anderson-Schelling. She is the Scoutmaster of our girl troop with 906. She has been a leader in our troop, and we have what, 18?
16, 17? A lot.
Yeah, it's definitely a trend, and anyhow, I've gotten to know you, and I've enjoyed working with you. You're going to summer camp, aren't you?
Of course.
Okay, I'm going to summer camp too, so we're going to have a great time. Second week, woo! All right.
Third week.
Again.
Third.
Oh, there's a third.
Hopefully he'll be there.
Well, I'll be there a little early. I'll be waiting for you.
That's how excited you are.
It is. Anyhow, congratulations, Niccole, and there you go. Well deserved. Okay. We want to recognize Curt, and where is your wife? Would you please come up here? He's hiding.
Maybe you want to get out of the camera.
Curt Oehlman is being recognized tonight as a District Award of Merit. Curt, I've known you many, many years, and I would say farmer and scout leader comes to mind. I've been, involved with scouting on the fringes for years, and I can say that you would be the one person I'd always see. And Curt and his wife Robin have been responsible for Klondike Derby for the past 14 years. You have led many troops to Philmont. You've been a cub leader, is that correct?
Sort of.
Scout leader.
Yes. Well, you've been obviously a Scoutmaster, but you were a cub leader too, years ago.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He's been involved in Scouts longer than I probably, we all can remember. But yeah, we want to recognize you, Curt, for outstanding effort and work in our district. Let's give Curt a round of applause. And not to be left out, because Curt and Robin oftentimes work as a team. And we wanted to make sure that we recognize you, Robin, for the work and the effort that you provide and have provided and continue to provide.
I just had to give him a boot.
But we want to recognize Robin for all of her work and her efforts on behalf of scouting in our district. So congratulations, Robin. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, you with belt.
Yeah, so to close it out tonight, just wanted to give some few comments and wanted to get a little sappy. 10 months ago, I came into this district, didn't know anybody because they had me covering Algonquin for the first year that I moved to Indiana. I'm originally a Pennsylvania guy, grew up in Chief Corn Planter Council, got my Eagle Scout, and moved across the country to be with my fiance Colton. So I had a completely new scout family here all of a sudden in the summer of last year. By the way, in the middle of a pandemic, this little thing called COVID-19. And I'll tell you what, I've just been very honored and blessed by all the friends that I've made here in the scouting family here in Indiana, specifically in Porter County. When we moved, guess who helped us move? It was Tim, Nathan, and Carter Stoner. They helped us carry our TV stand, all of our furniture, our couch, all of that stuff up to the 3rd floor at the Lakes of Valparaiso. And that's something I'll never forget.
If we knew that one piece of furniture was that heavy, I don't think we would have volunteered as quickly.
Yeah, it was quite an ordeal to use scouting terminology. And that was my first impression to folks really when I started living here back in August. And it takes a special breed of volunteer and a special breed of people to stay connected and to do Zoom meetings and roundtables for 10 months. And I know you guys were doing them before I came here, but still, that's a lot. And the fact that this group, all of you people, have still continued to stick it out and to be there for our youth, that is the #1 thing that, in my opinion, any adult can do, is to pave the way for a brighter future for our children. And you guys all do that incredibly well. So again, I just want to get a little sappy and congratulate all of you guys and those of you on Zoom and just everybody for being an awesome scouting family and for being here for the right reasons. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Now put a coat on.
Yeah, it's getting a little cold now.